Yeah, but you can no. Why don't you take some
Ew!
carrots yourself? Yeah.
Snail sticking on mine.
Yep. Put your hand here. I must say, if I jump back like a decade, when I was 16, I had a very strong feeling that I didn't want to be motivated by profit. I didn't want to get into the corporate environment. In fact, I wanted to leave Babylon and go live with the Rastas in Knysna. That was kind of like my dream, was to live off the land, to live a simple life, chop wood, draw water, grow food, prepare food, eat food, live a slow life in and with nature. And I started setting up vegetable gardens for friends as gifts. Started helping other NGOs and other organizations helping them with vegetable gardens. So kind of learned as I went and figured out that I really loved working with kids and vegetable gardens. I guess the fact that this is the work that I do, that after 13 years Urban Harvest has installed, designed, installed and maintained 343 urban food gardens, something that I'm very proud of.
The school has been in operation for 2.5 years, and we have 110 children in our school. And the school was designed and built specifically for the community of Hangberg.
So I remember I met with Tanya and the other principal, Marguerite, and Tanya was like, we want as much food as possible, and Marguerite said to me, I'm not interested in food, I want a space which is going to be therapeutic. A lot of the kids are coming from abusive homes, and they wanted the school to be a space where the kids come here and they feel loved, they feel attended to, they feel safe. And Marguerite said, we would love this garden to be a safe space and a beautiful, inspiring space.
In our community, the gardening, actually for the small children in our school, it's really stimulating their mind, because it's taking their minds away from gangster violence, people walking with guns, people bullying other people. So as a fellow coming from the community, as you know, we come from a community that doesn't have any interest in plants, any interest in gardening. That also, it's motivating me just to see, our community doesn't even have interest in this, but here I am, one out of the community, and if I can take this and I can take it further into the community and take children in the community and show them how we can build a garden in our community, and we can start selling our own vegetables, you see. And that's what I see in the future, just to a better future. That's what I see, the gardening and all that. I never doubt a moment of working in the garden and working with Urban Harvest, because Urban Harvest, it really motivates you. Keep it, yeah.
I think this is a beacon of hope in this community, and it stands out. And you know what, for us it was also about showing the children that they don't have to settle for something that's mediocre. They are special and they deserve something special.
Look, there's a big one.
And to have a brighter future for them, we have to bring them to the garden and show them what our forefathers did, because this is not what we did now, because it comes from our ancient forefathers. Because when time goes so fast and all the stuff they bring into the world, like they bring the takeaways and all the stuff, and that's all stuff that's gonna give you diabetic, you're gonna get sicknesses and all that, and we don't want that for our children, because we want a healthy life. If you want to have a healthy life, then you can grow your own garden, and that's gonna take you away from many things in the community that's negative, because we don't want to be the victims of the system. We're gonna be the, how can I say, we want to be the heroes of the system, not the victims. Yeah.
It's also about it being a calm and serene space for children. So if we have children who act out, we'll send them to the garden and say, go have a walk around the garden. So it really has a dual function besides just feeding the children. And then, we thought it's going to be more of a herb garden subsequently. This garden feeds all the children, get organic food every single day. They eat from this garden every single day. And I think one of the biggest benefits, besides it feeding the children, is that children today look at food and they think it comes from a packet. But Urban Harvest has included them from the very onset of this garden so that they could see this little black seed becomes this plant that I can eat.
Sometimes when they bring, they say, "Oh, Auntie Wombi, there's a spinach for you." So, like sometimes when they bring the spring onion, they will say, "There's a spring onion for you." So they're also clever and wisely also now, because I think before they didn't know all of kind of things, and some of them when they started here, they didn't eat all the veg. So it's amazing to have a garden here.
So far Urban Harvest has done 3 projects with David and The Real Thing, and I can very honestly say that so far they're the best projects we've done, in terms of the beauty of the design, the level of connection between Urban Harvest and The Real Thing with the service provider and the funder. David's very easy to work with and a joy to work with, and he is so enthusiastic about what it is that we do. I don't really need to sell the projects to him. He's kind of waiting in the wings, waiting for the next project. He believes very strongly, as I do, that people need to eat healthy food and need to be exposed to natural systems. So lovely to have a funder where I don't have to worry about, I can let my creativity go and I can make the most beautiful garden. I mean, for me, if I'm not making every new garden the best garden, then I'm not doing my job properly. Every new project should be bigger and better, not necessarily bigger, but every project should be better than the last. The design should be better. Our thinking in terms of how to integrate the community should be better. The quality of food, the use of the food, which is very important. How does the food get used in the kitchens, in preserves, sales, and as you can see, each project is different.
Started from 4 years old to teach children sign language, and also some of them learn to speak. We have different hearing devices to help the children, and also we've now started skills, which helps the children who possibly can't do matric. They will be able to learn a skill, and hopefully they will be able to be an entrepreneur and have their own business in the future.
The garden, for the kids, it's very important to be involved in the garden. Why? They can be responsible, because if you have planted something, you need to take care of that plant. You need to water. You need to make sure that there's no weed. You need to make sure that there are no hohos going around. If there is one, you must get a spray and you must spray them. So it's a sense of responsibility to the kids. And it also makes them proud to see what they've planted growing up. And at the end of the day, you can make something out of what we have planted.
I love working with kids. I think that there's a lot of lessons that can be learned from being in a garden. One of them, very well known one, is that you reap what you sow. You get what you put in is what you get out. So between the 3 projects, we'll already be feeding at least 500 people a day from the garden, like over a year, across the 3 projects. And with every new project will be another few hundred people being fed on a daily basis. The fact is that there's a very, very good partnership happening here between The Real Thing and Urban Harvest, and I think that the impact that we can have in the long run is going to be massive.
The amazing thing is the food that they're growing, then that goes to the food production classes, and there they cook with it and they make preserves, and then sometimes we sell it as well, so then the entrepreneurship comes in for their businesses, and it's just amazing that we can have this little business and entrepreneur and farm at our school in the middle of Cape Town, the city, where there's not much of that. And then of course it also enhances the air is fresh as well from all the plants.
You know what we use umhlonyane for? It's our, back in the Eastern Cape, it's our Rhinex for blocked nose.
Blocked nose, you put it up the nose, eh?
Put it up and you fill it that. And then if you need to squeeze for that juice to come down, and then you just squeeze, and then you just fill your nose and then.
My name is Xolisa Bangani. I'm from Khayelitsha, Site C, and at Ikhaya Garden, Sikhokhelo Primary School.
Hi everyone, I'm Artie Ndulula, and I'm also from Khayelitsha. We are at Sikhokhelo Primary School at Ikhaya Garden.
Basically, Ikhaya Garden was established in 2013 by a group of creatives. We saw a gap whereby young people seeing gardening something that is not cool, something that is creepy. So we just thought we should hop in and try to make it cool and try to make it more funky and fresh.
Gardening is cool in a sense that first and foremost it's very therapeutic. Secondly, it also helps us to be more aware of our environment, and it actually it stimulates the mind so that you could be very vigilant, and also helps to aid towards the big movement of climate change and actually going green and be much more responsible of our waste. So if you have a garden, you always want to have a space that is very eco-friendly. So it does a lot to a person, and except for that, you get to not buy food and actually get to eat your own food, which is a nice thing.
Trees. I'm inspired by the trees. It's like they whisper words in my ears telling me to wipe the tears of a hungry child. Picture this, our forefathers falling down like leaves, dry leaves falling down from the trees in spring. Some they would say that they are dead, but no, they are not. They are the part of the soil which will soon grow another seed. That seed will lead the process to grow another tree, and I am that tree. We are those trees. Our history is in the roots. Our future is determined by the fruits. Our success is determined by what we put on the table. So please, let us put some food on the table. Let us grow tall and create sweet breeze. Let us produce in harvest time, because we are all fruit trees. Let the whole world share our creativity. That's the only way we can show our humanity. Let's combine unity. We are one and the same with trees. A world without trees will cease. If we can't inhale enough oxygen, we'll catch disease and the cycle of life will freeze. But not anymore, because we have found the power to enjoy everlasting life, to stay evergreen. So please follow the green light and you will see the power of the trees.